Guys, the sun is beaming on me. I feel good. My girlfriend's over there to the left. Yeah, look at all that. Look at all that goodness. She was watching me. I said, "Aren't you gonna walk?" But no, it's a, it's an honor that she likes to watch me make my videos, or that anyone even likes to watch me do my videos on any channel. I love any of you guys who like to support me and hear me yap. But this is day 10 of the Consciousness Overdrive. Yo, you guys, since I've started this channel, I can't lie, I'm probably coming in here like a vlogging YouTuber. But listen, it has been insane. So I actually recently, in honor of a comment that I got replied to on a different channel, somebody said, "What do you mean you've known for years that we are all one energy?" I'm going to say this really quickly. The Bible says we're all children of God, right? All of this creation, the wonderful nature, bugs, things, this bus going by, the sun, everything is the result of that creator, right? Right? So we're all one in terms of energy. Now, perception is the thing that divides all of us to have our own personal experience. But in the end, we're all connected to the same source. There's not different sources, even if you're connected to the devil or you're on team Satan, the angel. You are still a part of God because God gave that power to that motherfucker. You understand what I'm talking about? It's very simple to understand. But anyways, I didn't get on here to yap or, because that person asked me and then like 3 minutes later they made a comment saying hello. And it's like, yes, I did actually see your comment pop up, but I can't respond to things like that because you guys, look, you either get it or you don't, man. This channel that I'm making, it is going to be simply for beginners as well. And I'm going to keep things pretty simple and pretty straightforward. But we're also going to get complex on here. And if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate in the moment. You got to just go with the level you're at. Don't. Not saying this comment was doing it. Could be a language barrier. Don't know what ethnicity, this, that, the person could have been coming from. But don't yell at people for their information. We kind of tell you straight up in the videos that you're commenting on what one energy is. If more people realized that we were all connected, the world would look a lot different. We can agree to disagree on things. We don't all have to think the same, etc., etc. But anyways, let's get into this consciousness overdrive and how crazy stuff has been getting. Well, it feels like I have fully unlocked the right side of the brain. I'm not even kidding, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what's been nuts. So I've been still saying my affirmations. So let's start off with them. You're powerful. You're whole. God supplies your needs every day. You are taken care of. You are always taken care of by the universe. You are always taken care of by source. Everything always works out in your favor. The universe is just waiting for you to make that jump and everything will work out in your favor. And I'm going to show you exactly how with literally everything that happened yesterday compared to today. Literal insanity. Literal insanity. And mind you, I'm not wavering one bit because I know myself and I know who I am as source. And it's so funny because family is one of those biggest things that will hold you back. A lot of people got to get away from their families. And my ex-partner, so much love, shout out to her, was telling me this in the beginning, or as we stopped talking to each other, you got to get away from your family. And I have now fully seen that in effect because it is so true. I'm like the only one in my family who did successful entrepreneurial stuff. And just how frequency works, some people don't hear the frequency and you cannot mess with them. This isn't narcissism. This isn't trying to bring up those around you. Some people just go through the experiences where their families, you can't save everyone. Everyone should know this in awakening by now. But I'll get into that in a second. Let's finish our affirmations. You're whole, complete, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. God fulfills all your needs every day. You are one of God's chosen just by being born in this system. You need nothing outside of yourself. You don't need validation. You don't need a fancy job title. You don't need a fancy anything. You are the fancy job title. You are the fancy job. You are the fancy love. You are the fancy clothes. I'm just yapping. But all of these things are affirmations. There are no vain things that you can say about yourself. You are beautifully powerful. Claim it. Now me, I am powerful. God supplies all my needs for sure, because we're going to get into how all of this ties in. I'm whole and complete. I'm always abundant. I always have a lovely meal in my tummy. I always have enough money, abundance, wealth coming through my life. I just get paid for existing. I get free stuff. We're going to come back to that. And yeah, man, I just get love all around me because I am love and I always have love and I always attract the best people in my life, the best people in jobs. By the way, I used to naturally always hear that I'm going to always have that one asshole at work. People try to put that perspective on me. I've never worked with assholes. I work with, literally, I love everyone. So, if anyone in my past ever said they worked with me and they didn't, it's not in my awareness. They're capping because I always find environments where I love the people I work with. I love all the jobs that I've been at. Anyways, we're going to get into what happened yesterday while I've been on this conscious overdrive. So now remember, if you hear from anyone who tells you that it doesn't matter what you say to anyone or whatever, it matters the identity who says it, yes, because energy speaks louder than the actions that are taken behind it. Actually, the actions that are taken from a certain point of view come from an energy. Like when an artist is trying to find a way to convey the feelings in their body or what they're feeling or what they're channeling, that's the songs we get that we resonate with so heavily. How to switch arms really quick. Let me pause. I was holding that for 5 minutes straight. But we're almost done here. So energy speaks louder than the actions really taken behind it because energy causes the action. So you really have to look at the intent of why someone does things. And if people had this more understanding of each other, we'd be able to connect way deeper instead of just boil people down to their simple things. But let's get into the wild, wild stuff that happened to me recently. I'm going to keep it very short, very slim because, I am a private individual. But again, with a series like this, I want to be raw and open about the experiences that you have from the 3D can pull you out. When people talk about the 3D, I'm going to tell you right here. So I entered October strong as fuck on the first day. I told you guys that I was going to let go and surrender to God and this whole universe shit for real this time because I have understood it from years. And it feels like I've been literally, even my 3D would reflect this, that I've been riding an edge the whole time. Even my stepdad would reflect this sometimes. And he told me in the past, are you scared of success, like true success? Because it's like success feels like it's knocking at your door, but it's almost like you got like an imposter syndrome. And he was right, because remember, people can only feel what you feel about yourself. And I did feel this for a while. I would get lots of views on videos and feel like, is this me? Is this that? I would question it. But that's the thing. God's plan is much bigger than all of us. So here we go. Ready? As source and with source and one with source, I'm going to tell you all this right now on what happened. Oh man, I had some family members try to come at me. Very crazy. But I'm not surprised. You know why? Because years ago, I had a vision. After I healed my complete relationship with my mom, it was beautiful. I told her to forgive herself because when I was younger, a boyfriend she had abused me and whatever, right? I'll tell that story maybe in another video, maybe in a private video to give y'all more of my story. But we healed our relationship. Well, her sister, not the best influence, but again, all love because it's all source. It can be a little bit controlling and somehow have some unnatural charm over my mother. Well, during a fight yesterday, when I was telling my mom, you got to get your stuff together, like, stop this and everything, her sister decides to come at me in a crazy way. And the thing is I'm a god. I'm not taking any of that. You don't have to let Jesus was flipping tables, understand you. So I flipped tables. I was even trying to understand their logic because me, I'm in the middle ground. I always try to understand everybody's point of view. I have people in my life that have literally come to me older than me, like 30s, 40s, be like, yo, I don't understand how you are the way you are. You are just somebody who takes so much stuff from people. Like you tolerate so much stuff. And it's like, yeah, because I understand everybody's journey, but not today. See, I had to be a goddamn divine warrior. Well, not today, yesterday. Now I'm not rehashing the story to bring the energy back to the present, because how I'm remembering that is a fucking God just came up yesterday. And this is what I say. Some of you got to remove yourself from your family. But yeah, man, tried to call me out my name and everything. Try to put things on me for being a grown man now, because you couldn't say things to me when I was a kid. But now that I'm grown and I'm in the position I am in, you think you can call me out for all your mistakes you were making before I was born. And I don't really believe in mistakes. I just believe in choices that you made with your God-given power, because you're one under God and you decided to play one side of the simulation. Good. Remember the saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Live your life any way you want. I'm not going to judge. But when you start calling me out my name, trust me, you're going to get a mirror because we're gods. And you're not really going to touch me because I know I'm protected. And watch, remember, I always said this, and it literally happened to me while I was in school. People who tried to come for me, I never believed in karma, right? But I never did really anything to anybody, right? And what's funny is karma had a weird way of coming back and striking people. And B.O.B. had a bar in an old song. I don't even think he believes in karma, but he said, remember, when karma comes for somebody in your life, be ready to duck. Because if they were a person that were coming at you, Source has a way of handling them. That's why I said, I'm going to give it up to God for what happened yesterday. God's going to handle that. I'm going to go down the path of alignment that I need to go down, because what we are one with Source. So stay strong out there. If you're also in an environment where your family members maybe doing some sort of like abuse that you got to go through, trust me, take that leap if you got to get out of that situation before you try anything with manifestation. That's what I'm doing now. I'm never going back, and I will have nothing but love for my aunt and my mom, but in my physical existence, they are only biologically my family, and they're not the ones that do this work. And that's how real this has to be. And it's sad because a long time ago, as I awakened, I made it an effort for me going on my journey to make amends with all of these people, and I even made amends with my aunt a couple of weeks ago. She threw that back in my face and said, "I thought you were going to stay out of everything now, and now you're back on your bullshit." And I'm like, yeah, you were the one that pulled me into it though. And I was actually staying calm the whole time. My girlfriend was present for all of it. So now I know. I don't care. Family is in the ones who do the spiritual work and who are literally walking the path of God and trying to be in alignment with their life and chasing dreams and getting out there and really just, living with kindness. And that's what I did. I killed them with kindness yesterday. I said, you know what? You're right. I'm wrong. I'm a grown man. I don't have control of my emotions. You're totally right. The life you're living is beautiful. I love this. I love this game, bro, because you can't pull me out my frame, bro. Like your family is the one to do it. That like energy will work through. It'll really try to make your family members be the ones. If I guess if you're having an experience similar to mine, it's no. You know what's funny? Everyone outside my family, as I was growing up, was more my family than my own family, and that's not to say everyone. I have an amazing aunt that was ready to flip out on her and be like, "Yo, no, she's gonna tear their household up and everything." So and I'm only telling y'all this to understand one thing is God will protect you. Give it give it up to God. You're protected, bro. You don't even your protection energy itself. And that's why I know everything is going to work out. So that's the update from now. Hey, this consciousness in this overdrive is working because I'm saying who I am and what I am and how successful I am right now. The world has to shed away everything that's not. So now I'm not in that household anymore. I'm moving, y'all. If you see me on my other channels, I may not even be in that anymore. And good, I'm done. It's over. I'm taking the leap. The universe told me it's time. And frankly, I'm sorry. In a spiritual sense, I'll always be connected with my mother. She played her role. I love her, but low key, she lost a son, and she lost me on a physical sense. But I'll always be connected in the divine, and I always forgive her for the things she did. But she stayed silent all through her sister defending her, and that showed me everything I need to know. So remember, out there, you are not the problem. Don't let people try to call you out your name and make you the problem. Stand for what you believe in because it's your God-given right, and you are under God. That's who you answer to, source. You answer to the Father. You, within you, the kingdom of heaven's within you. I love you guys. Stay strong out there. I'm staying strong. Look at me. I'm happy. I'm glowing in the sun. I don't give a fuck. We're going to get everything that's meant for us because the kingdom of heaven's within us. Unlock it. I'm out. Peace.